Hi everyone, it's me again, Denise. Today we're going to talk a lot about masks. All right, so most of you have heard that the CDC has now recommended, they've changed their recommendation on masks, and they're now basically admitting what we all sort of knew all along, is that masks do provide some protection from this virus. They're not perfect. It's not as good as an N95 or even a surgical mask, but those are disposable, and we don't have access to unlimited supply of disposable masks right now. So these N95s are very uncomfortable, and these are quite comfortable, and they will definitely provide some protection for you and for your client. A lot of facilities are now requiring their caregivers wear masks, so some of our caregivers that work in facilities are already required to wear masks. So now, starting today, immediately, we're now requiring all of you to wear masks at all times when you're with your clients, if you're within 6 feet. Now, so obviously, if you're providing care for them, you're within 6 feet, so you're going to be wearing your mask. Or if you need to serve them a meal, you're going to be wearing your mask. But it's kind of the same rule of thumb with the social distancing. If you're going to be within 6 feet of them, then you need to have a mask on. All right, so we're going to talk a bit about the proper way to put on your mask, how to take off your mask, and how to store your mask when you're not wearing it, and then what do you do at the end of the day when you wash it. So we now have enough masks so that everybody, all of our active caregivers have enough for everyone to have their very own mask that's yours to keep and be responsible for, and keep it with you at all times. You should also wear it out when you go out in public, like in a store. You're going to see that more and more, because we want to do everything we possibly can to keep you from getting exposed and then bringing this virus back to our clients, because it's going to be devastating for them. So far, you guys are doing great. We don't have any clients who are sick. We've only had a couple of caregivers that are positive, and again, through no fault of their own. But my worst nightmare is that we're going to that one of our caregivers is going to get sick with this virus, because we're out in the world, and then we're going to bring it back to our clients. So we want to do everything we possibly can, everything to be to keep from being responsible for making one of our clients sick. So if you don't have a mask yet, then let us know, and we will arrange for you to pick one up if you can, or to deliver it to you. Also, if you already have a mask and it doesn't fit so well, let me know, because I have I've sort of improved the design of these as I've made more and more of them, and these are better fitting than the first ones I gave out. So if you have a mask and it's not fitting so well, let us know and we'll get you another one. All right, I'm looking over at my notes here hanging. That's why I'm looking off screen, because I don't want to forget. Okay, so first of all, the proper etiquette, proper way to put on a mask, take it off, and wearing it. So I'm going to use this piece of paper as a prop also while I'm doing this little demonstration. So first of all, you're going to wash your hands before you put on your mask. Wash, 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 wash. 20 seconds. Soap and water, hot, warm soap and water. You're going to pick up your mask. You're going to mostly try to handle it only by the earpieces, and then you're going to put your clean mask on. Now, while you're wearing your mask, and I'm going to take this off so you can hear me better. You need to think of the outside of your mask as the dirty area. This is the part that's getting exposed to potentially to virus. Obviously, if you're sick, it's the inside that you're exposing, and then you're protecting like your clients. But for purposes of being out in the world, and in just anytime you're wearing your mask, you want to think of this as the dirty surface. This is the surface. And so it's dirty, so you want to do what? You want to not touch it. So don't touch your face when you're wearing your mask. Don't touch the outside of your mask. If you do, you forget, and you touch this part, you really need to wash your hands, because it's like, oh, now I might have this virus on my hands. I need to wash my hands, all right? You're good to go again. So you got to try to remember, it's very important. Think of this outside, I'm going to take this off again. Think of the outside of your mask as the dirty surface, infected surface. And you want to try to only touch your mask by the ear loops. All right, now, also if you're wearing gloves and you touch the outside of your mask, well, you've now infected your gloves potentially, so change your gloves. Now, let's say that you're away from your client now, you're not 6 feet next to them, and you need to eat or you want to drink. You're going to carefully remove your mask with your earpieces. Now, pretend that this is a paper towel, or a piece of paper is fine, or you could use like a plastic bowl or a plate, something that's going to be the place during the day where you keep your used mask, your infected mask, and you're going to place it. As you can see, the dirty side is sitting down on the paper. I'm sorry, this is so awkward, but you're going to leave it there and touch it. And then when you go back to put your mask on again, you're going to, well, first of all, after you take your mask off, you're going to wash your hands. Always wash your hands before and after you touch your mask, any part of it. So, okay, I've had my lunch, and now I need to go provide care again, or I need to go talk to my client, or I need to go be within 6 feet of them. So I'm going to wash my hands, I'm going to pick up the mask by the ear pieces, and I'm going to carefully put it back on. And remember not to touch my mask, okay? So you can take the mask off in the middle of the day, but you just need to remember, again, touch it by the ear loops, put it in a special spot that you're considering contaminated, a paper towel, a paper plate, a piece of paper, a regular plate, whatever it is, that's your special spot, your dirty spot for your dirty mask. All right, you're going to put it down. Then you don't have to wear it constantly the whole time you're with your client. All right, at the end of your shift, so let's pretend my mask is back on. So end of my shift, I'm going to take my mask off and I'm going to put it in, I'll be right back. All right, something like a little baggie or a paper bag. All right, whatever it is, you're going to seal it up. And now it's dirty. Now I'm going to go wash my hands because I just touched my dirty mask. All right. Then I do my thing and I leave. Also, make sure you throw away that piece of paper or paper towel that you were using, or that plate, disinfect it, wash it with soap and water that you was holding your dirty mask. So then you wash your hands. You're going to go home and you're going to wash this thing. You can wash it in the washing machine, a regular washer, or you can wash it by hand with warm soap, hot water and soap, as hot as you can, as comfortably stand. And then you can dry it in the dryer, or you can just wring it out and then hang it up to dry. All right? So now, once you have a clean, dry mask, well, after you take your dirty mask out of this, when you get home, you're going to throw the bag away. Bye-bye. All right? You're dirty. You're gone. So once you wash your mask and you have a nice new clean mask and a dry mask, you're going to put it in a new bag. All right? It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just something that's not contaminated. All right. So then you're going to bring your mask. Okay, so now you've got your clean, dry mask. You've put it in a clean baggie, and then you're going to put it back in your purse or your, whatever, by the door, so that it's always ready there to go when you need it again. Now, one thing that's important to remember is, if you have your mask on, not to rub your eyes, because you can still, if you got virus on your hands, you can still inject the virus, expose yourself, infect yourself with the virus if it's on your hands and you rub your eyes. Now, obviously, that's far less likely than catching this virus through respiratory drops in the air, but it can happen that way. And I also want to remind you that wearing a mask with your clients, and wearing a mask when you're out in public, out in the world, this does not take the place of your keeping a 6-foot distance from you and all other people, everyone you possibly can. But it does help when you're going into places like a grocery store where you're trying to observe that 6-foot rule, but not everybody else is doing such a good job of that. So it's helpful to wear out in public. All myself and my family members are now all wearing masks when we go out to like a store. And then also, as always, wash your hands frequently. Keep doing that. That's one of the other social distancing. Washing your hands are still the two biggest, most important things that we need to keep doing, all of us, to keep ourselves safe, our family members safe, and our clients safe. So you're always going to wash your hands at the beginning of a shift, at the end of the shift, before you make food, after you make food, before you provide care, and after you provide care. And of course, you're wearing gloves as well when you're doing that. I just want to say that this is a really critical, this week and next week are really critical times for us, all of us, everyone in the country, to try to observe these rules as strictly as we possibly can. This is a critical week for us. And as the Surgeon General said, this is our 9/11. This week is our 9/11. And we all need to just double down and be as good as we possibly can, as careful as we possibly can. And the good news is I was reading a little bit more about the potential development of a vaccine. We are still a ways out from that. It's really probably at least a year, but there is hope. There's definitely hope in sight. I just was reading that Bill Gates is donating billions of dollars to 7 different companies that are doing work right now. It is going to happen. It's going to happen, and we just have to hold down the fort until the vaccine is ready to go. And I'm not saying that we're going to have to keep all these extreme measures going that long. Obviously, we're not going to be doing that. But it could be that life is going to be a little bit different for a while until that vaccine is available. And the other piece of good news that I was reading about is that this virus is from what they can tell, is slow to mutate. So that means that there is a good chance that they can develop a vaccine and give it to people, and it's going to give them long-lasting immunity, not like the flu shot where you have to get a new shot every year. The standard flu virus, it mutates very quickly. There's lots of different strains, so every year they have to come up with a new vaccine, and you have to get the shot every year. This COVID virus right now, it appears that it's not mutating much at all. It's pretty steady, and so that gives us good hope that we will have a vaccine that is going to be effective and usable and give us long-lasting protection, hopefully within a year. So anyway, that's all. I know I've talked too long. But lots of important information to share. Call with any questions. Call us if you need a mask. I know a lot of you do. We got to get them out to you. We'll do everything we can to bring them to you if we can. So let us know. And thank you for everything that you're doing during this incredibly difficult time. You're doing. You're part of that first responder task force, guys. You're essential. You're healthcare workers. You're vital to keeping our elderly safe right now, and I want you to know how much that all of us and all our clients' families appreciate it. Okay, all right, stay safe. Bye.